In the middle years of the last century, many believed the millennium was at hand. Some believed a Messiah, as promised by all the great religions, was about to deliver us into the promised land. Others believed deliverance would come about through science and technology. With the advances being made in communication and transportation, ideas raced around the world and promised deliverance through knowledge. But no Messiah descended from the clouds. Science and technology only brought greater suffering. And for all its many blessings, education failed to stop the darkness from descending. The world's governments and the world's religions offered no answers. On into our own century, people began to wonder, had God abandoned the world? Was God, in fact, dead? Is it possible, however, that the frenzy of expectation was justified? That an event that would transform the world actually did take place, and humanity missed it? Is it possible that the world failed to recognize the power of a new prophet? Count Leo Tolstoy, the Russian novelist, one of the most important philosophers of his time, wrote from his home outside Moscow. We spend our lives trying to unlock the mystery of the universe, but there was one man, a prisoner in Akka, who had the key. Promises of a paradise on earth continue to be cruel deceptions. The people of the world appear even more impotent as corrupt forces threaten to diminish and eclipse the human spirit.
The strife that divides and afflicts the human race is daily increasing. The winds of despair are blowing from every direction. The well-being of mankind, its peace and security, are unattainable until its unity is firmly established.
Over 100 years ago, from a prison cell in the Middle East, he wrote that God had set in motion historical forces that no power on earth can resist.
The time foreordained unto the peoples and kindreds of the earth is now come. The earth is but one country, and mankind its citizens.
His name was Baha'u'lláh, and his growing influence is the great untold story of our times.
I am the royal falcon on the arm of the Almighty. I unfold the drooping wings of every broken bird and started on its flight.
His given name was Mirza Hussain Ali. He was born in Persia in 1817 and spent his youth in the pastoral countryside of Nur, the son of a nobleman of great wealth. He grew up in a closed world of intolerance and injustice, a world of repression, but he rejected the wealth and the advancement it offered.
The learning current amongst men I studied not. Their schools I entered not. Ask of the city wherein I dwelt, and thou mayest be well assured that I am not one of them who speaks falsely.
Already at an early age, Baha'u'lláh had a vision that was in conflict with the state and the prevailing religious order. It wasn't long before the state felt threatened by his support of a movement that called for moral reform. He was arrested and imprisoned in Tehran's worst prison, the Black Pit, the Siyah-Shal.
No pen can depict that place, nor any tongue describe its loathsome smell. It was a place foul beyond comparison.
His enemies hoped imprisonment would kill Baha'u'lláh. Instead, in the darkness of the Siyah-Shal, he was summoned to undertake a mission extending far beyond his own land and his own time.
Though the weight of the chains and the stench-filled air allowed me but little sleep, I felt as if something flowed from the crown of my head over my breast, as a mighty torrent from the summit of a lofty mountain. Every limb of my body would be set afire.
Baha'u'lláh left that prison and was exiled to the territories of the Turkish Empire. It was in exile that he announced his mission.
This is the day in which mankind can hear the voice of the Promised One. Soon will the present-day order be rolled up and a new one spread out in its stead.